Jerry, take cover!
Redeployed.
Incoming! Incoming! Jerry, take cover! Incoming!
In position. Move completed.
Receiving fire! Deep loss, sir! Take cover! Take cover!
In position. Team lost. In position. Redeployed.
In position. Artie! Jerry, take cover!
In position. Sergeant! Redeployed.
Jerry, take cover! Jerry, take cover!
Redeployed. Move completed. Redeployed. In position. Conserve ammunition.
Incoming! Take cover!
Redeployed.
Take cover!
Move completed. Redeployed.
In position. Jerry, take cover! Team lost, sir! Take cover!
Redeployed.
Incoming!
Move completed.
Incoming!
Sergeant! In position. Move completed. We're under heavy fire. In position. Can't go there. 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 Can't go there.
Fury, take cover!
Redeployed. In position.
Müssen in Deckung bleiben! Incoming! Wir liegen unter schwerem Beschuss. Incoming!
Can't go there. Can't go there. Redeployed. Can't go there. Can't go there. Can't go there. In position. Move completed. Out of range.
Wir müssen in Deckung bleiben.
Move completed.
In Deckung bleiben.
Can't go there. Can't go there. In position.
Raus hier!
Redeployed.
Ah, yeah, just got hit. Ah, Jared just got hit. Bitte Deckung!
Area secured. In position.
Raus hier!
Redeployed.
Close!
Area secured. Area secured. completed. Redeployed. In position. Can't go there. Can't go there. In position.
Geht in Deckung!
In position. Move completed. Can't go there.
Unter Beschuss!
Target eliminated.
Incoming!
In position. We're pinned down. Out of range.
Wir geben uns!
Can't go there. In position.
Back at it, lad! In Deckung bleiben!
Can't go there.
Deckung! Incoming!
Redeployed. Can't go there. Area secured. Target eliminated. Move completed.
Markus!
We're losing a lot of men.
Clear out!
Shoot! Go shoot!
Clear out!
I surrender. Shoot! Sergeant!
Incoming! Lost connection.
Welcome to Commonwealth Kid News.
Special report.
Governor Shapiro got free breakfast for
Oh no, I'm gonna be in so much trouble. I know I buried a body back here, but I can't remember where I put it. Hello, is there a body down here? Okay, so there's this really fun test to find out if your humans are stupid or not. And if your human picks you up and then smushes your face into the wall, then they are an idiot. So hopefully he doesn't do that. Oh no, you freaking idiot! Yeah, I don't know about these stairs. I think maybe I'll take the bush instead. Whee!
I didn't pay that close attention to the dimensions, apparently.
You know, I don't really see a problem here. I say turn on the water, mama. It's time for splishy splashes. What was that? What was that noise I just heard? What was it? Oh, I guess apples were served. Thanks for the heads up, Sandra. Hey, what's this thing?
Hi, ducks. What's up, ducks? Hey, where you going?
What are they?
They're ducks. Hey, can we be friends? Oh no, I'm gonna be a...
No wreck, no wreck, no wreck, no wreck.
Come with me to see what do.
What is that? Okay, seriously, what is that? Did it just bark? Did somebody make some kind of a cat dog breed animal? What is that? I stood up. I want it. I want it. I want it. I have nothing in there. G.I. Joe lunchbox. What? You could put lunch in it. The other side, Transformers. You ain't not never seen that. You don't want that. Okay. This little guy likes to play games. This is all your fault. What is that? Okay, seriously, what is that? Did it just bark? Did somebody make some kind of a cat dog breed animal? What is that? I stood up. I want it. I want it. I want it. I have...
Those spaghetti? You're making a sandwich with the spaghetti. You're also adding the cheese on top of the eggplants.
My friend, you need the balance with the ingredients.
You put together too many things. That's too much.
It looks like a brick of food. How do you even eat that?
Not approved.
No wreck, no wreck, no wreck.
If you haven't changed your browser in the last... We're making alternative potato dishes for the festive season. Today, it's a potato rosti. Born in the Swiss Alps as a farmer's breakfast, crisp on the outside, soft within. It's a family favorite of ours, recipe my dad taught me. We're gonna take a gruyere potatoes and we're gonna grate them on a coarse grater. We're not gonna let any water touch the potatoes. Place the potato onto your cloth, wrap it around so you've got like a little ball, and then we're just gonna twist and squeeze out all of that water. So by removing the water, it means we're going to be able to get a better crunch on the potato. So once you squeeze your potato, you can just place it into a bowl like so. It's amazing how much water comes out. Look at that. So we're going to add a nice ladle and a half of clarified butter and place that on a low heat. We're going to take a white onion and we're just going to finely slice the onion. And then we're just going to break that up and then we're just going to season. So we're going to go with some fine salt onto our potato. Potato always needs a little bit more salt than you think. And again, season the onions as well. And then we're going to take this mix over to our pan and we're going to build a nice solid base. So we're going to push the potato right into the corners, leaving a very slight well into the center. We're going to add a pile of our onion, spreading it out nicely to the edges. Just a nice thin layer before going on with more potato on top. So you're going to leave the potato to set for a couple of minutes. The steam from underneath is going to cook the potato slightly. Once the potatoes are getting a bit softer, you're then going to take a fish slice and you're just going to go around the side and just tuck in all the potato trimming. And you're going to keep doing this over time until you get a perfect shape. You'll be able to see on the sides of the potato once it's almost ready to flip. You can see the color protruding at the sides of the pan here. So once you start to get that caramelization coming up the side, you're then going to go in with your fish slice again and just keep doing the same motion. Just pushing down. Once it's sort of colored up enough, what you'll be able to do is just hold the handle and just almost rotate the potato around. And as it crisps up, it will rotate in the pan, and then you'll be able to keep that rolling motion to maintain that beautiful circular potato shape. After about 12 to 15 minutes, you can see here the color is really looking beautiful and golden at the sides. So what you want to do now is just give it a final tuck in before lifting it up, getting underneath with the fish slice, and then turning it over in the pan. And then what you should have is that beautiful golden crust. You're going to do the same process you did on the first side here. So now you can see your potato. Once it's rolling around in the pan, you know the bottom's crispy. Then I'm just going to lift it up, check on the underside, transfer it onto your rack to dry. My go-to festive brunch favorite. We're making alternative potato.
Honey, you gotta stay hydrated. It's 107 with the wind chill. It's 95 degrees. Good to see you out. Your coat looks good. Where's your babies? Where's your babies? Where's your babies? Where's your babies? Where'd they go? They're over there. There they are. Hi, babies. Oh, well, thank you for telling me. You're so smart. You're just a raccoon and you're so smart. Thank you.
Wondering which pan is...
This ornament is not like the rest. So there's about 60 to 70% opaque colors in there. So that means you can't see through them. Now we got to heat it up. See how it's no longer sharp? I'm going to shape this all the way up. I'm kind of looking for like an ice cream cone shape. I'm going to blow really hard on the end. So I blew in the end, sealed air in there with my thumb, because I want to get a bubble in here, so this is hollow, so see how it's getting bigger? This is our signature mold here. Has a bunch of little diamonds in there. My blue push down, suck in. So I gotta blow this whole thing up. Gotta blow, 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 blow. Squeezing, blowing, turning, shaping. All right, so now you can see how fast I'm going, because this is still moving a lot. So now you can see the difference between the opaques and the transparent. So you can see like that's an opaque color, you can't see through it. And then you have like this one that's a nice transparent color. And you can now even feel that texture that's on there now. Now I'm gonna hand this off to Tate so we can put a hoop on it. Here you go, watch my hose. I'm trying to get this bad boy off of here. I grab my shears, I'm gonna cut, 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 cut. And we're gonna go and hope for the best. Everyone hold your breath. Boom. Perfect. We have a teeny, teeny, teeny pinhole. Got some fresh glass, 2,100 degrees, push down, pull up. I only get one shot to do this, so if I mess it up, it's messed up. Now I gotta catch this, flip this around. Now this ornament is actually going out for a baby shower. You're looking for that perfect baby shower gift. We got you covered. Ream that out. Boom, rock hard. That is all the time I get. Now you can see the colors are starting to come out a little bit more, but we do have to get this in the oven. The clock is ticking. I'll load it up in here. We're gonna cool it down for 20 hours inside of here. We're gonna show you the finished piece tomorrow. We got the Storytime ornament out here in the sun. Now this ornament is not like the rest. It's opaque and transparent. It's mostly opaque. You can see how loud all of those colors really are. Now this ornament's going out to a special baby shower Storytime ornament. This ornament is not like the rest. So there's about 60 to 70% opaque colors in there. So that means you can't see through them. Now we got to heat it up. See how it's no longer sharp? I'm going to shape this all the way up. I'm kind of looking for like an ice cream cone shape. I'm gonna blow really hard on the end. So I blew in the end, sealed air in there with my thumb, because I want to get a bubble in here, so this is hollow, so see how it's getting bigger? Here's our signature mold here. Has a bunch of little diamonds in there. I blew, push down, suck in. So I gotta blow this whole thing up. Gotta blow, 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 blow. Squeezing, blowing, turning, shaping. All right, so now you see how fast I'm going, because this is still moving a lot. So now you can see the difference between the opaques and the transparent. So you can see like that's an opaque color, you can't see through it. And then you have like this one that is a nice transparent color. And you can now even feel that texture that's on there now. Now I'm gonna hand this off to Tate so we can put a hoop on it. Here you go, watch my hose.
I'm trying to get this bad boy off of here. I'm gonna grab my shears, I'm gonna cut, 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 cut. And we're gonna go ahead and hope for the best. Everyone hold your breath. Boom. Perfect, we have a teeny, teeny, teeny pinhole. Got some fresh glass, 2,100 degrees, push down, pull up. I only get one shot to do this, so if I mess it up, it's messed up. Now I gotta catch this, flip this around. Now this ornament is actually going out for a baby shower. You're looking for that perfect baby shower gift. We got you covered. Ream that out, boom, rock hard. That is all the
It's a beautiful day. Yay!
Continue to set goals for yourself.
Give it a try.
And help your family make some too. Are you ready for the reserve?
Medovik. Medovik is a famous honey cake from Eastern Europe with roots tied to old Russian history and later to everyday life across the Soviet Union. The most popular legend credits its creation to the imperial court of Tsar Alexander in the early 1800s, where a new royal chef reportedly baked a honey-layered dessert without knowing that Empress Elizabeth had a strong dislike of honey in her food. She tried it, loved it, and the recipe spread. The cake became deeply embedded in Russian homemade cooking, and during the Soviet years, the cake became extremely popular because ingredients like honey and cream were easier for ordinary families to get. The cake itself is built from a stack of thin, crisp honey-spiced layers, anywhere from 6 to 10 of them, sandwiched together with a generous amount of sour cream frosting. One of the most unusual things about it is how its texture changes over time. When freshly assembled, Medovik is almost crunchy and firm, but as it rests in the refrigerator overnight, the sour cream seeps into each layer, softening the whole structure until the whole cake becomes very soft and tender. The result is a cake that almost melts when you eat it, with a faint tang from the cream and a deep caramel-like sweetness from the baked honey. The outside is typically covered in fine crumbs made from trimming the edges of the baked layers, giving it a rough, earthy appearance that contrasts nicely with how delicate the inside actually is. New York cheesecake. Unlike the lighter, airier cheesecakes found across Europe, the New York version is deliberately dense, rich, and almost custardy in its consistency. The key ingredient driving that texture is a lot of cream cheese. The style as we know it today is largely attributed to Arnold Rubin, the German-born restaurateur who opened a string of delis and restaurants in New York in the early 20th century. Rubin claimed he tasted a cheese pie at a dinner party and spent years refining what would become the iconic version, leaning heavily on cream cheese. Lapis legit. Lapis legit is an Indonesian spice layer cake with roots that go back to Dutch colonial rule in the East Indies. The Dutch brought European baking practices with them to Indonesia, and Dutch families living in the area started mixing in local spices that were extremely valuable at the time. The cake became packed with flavors like cinnamon, cloves, and star anise, giving it a warm and rich smell that makes it stand out from normal cakes. Because it takes so much time and money to make, lapis legate is usually saved for important celebrations like Christmas, Eid, or Lunar New Year. It's also seen as a fancy gift because making all the layers takes a lot of patience and skill. Each layer, sometimes 30 or more, is baked individually under a broiler before the next one is poured and pressed on top. The process can take several hours from start to finish. The texture is incredibly dense and moist, almost more like a firm pâté in structure than a conventional cake. Each mouthful carries the warmth of all those spices against a backdrop of deeply buttery richness. Egg yolks make up a significant portion of the batter, sometimes 20 or more per cake, which contributes both to the color and the cake's almost waxy, fudge-like consistency. Queen Amman. Queen Amman is a rich buttery pastry from the Brittany region of France that many people consider one of the most buttery desserts in the world. Its name simply means butter cake in the Breton language. It was invented in 1860 by a baker named Yves René Scordia in the town of Douarnenez. According to local stories, it was created almost by accident during a time when flour was hard to get, but butter and sugar were everywhere. Scordia tried to save a batch of bread dough that did not rise properly by folding huge amounts of salted butter and sugar into it, kind of like the method used for flaky pastries. When he baked it, the outside turned dark, crispy, and caramelized, while the inside stayed soft and full of flaky layers. People loved it immediately, and it quickly became one of Brittany's most famous foods. A traditional Queen Amman follows a very heavy recipe made of about 40% dough, 30% butter, and 30% sugar. While baking, the sugar melts and turns into a crunchy caramel shell, while steam from the butter pushes apart the layers of dough. The result is a flaky, sweet, and extremely rich pastry. Originally, it was baked as one large round cake meant to be shared with the family, but many bakeries today make smaller personal versions. The town of Douarnenez is very proud of the pastry and even has a group dedicated to protecting the traditional way of making it. In recent years, Queen Amman became popular around the world after appearing on baking shows like the Great British Bake Off. Raindrop cake. Mizu shingen mochi, commonly translated as raindrop cake, is a Japanese confection made primarily from water and agar, a plant-based gelling agent derived from seaweed. The result is a near-perfectly transparent sphere that resembles a giant water droplet, almost completely clear and light on flavor. It was developed by Kenseikan Seika, a confectionery shop in Yamanashi Prefecture, and introduced around 2014. The concept was deliberately minimal. The water used comes from the snowmelt of the Japanese Alps, which is soft and clean in a way that actually contributes to the taste. The sugar content is kept extremely low, so the natural quality of the water stays perceptible. Traditionally, it's served with a drizzle of kurumitsu, which is a dark sugar syrup made from blackstrap-style cane sugar, and a dusting of kinako, which is roasted soybean flour. Those two accompaniments are what give it any real substance in terms of flavor. The mochi itself contributes almost nothing beyond a faint sweetness and a cool texture that disappears on the tongue within seconds. Kinseiken even advises eating it within 30 minutes of being made, after which it begins to lose its shape and collapse back into liquid. That fragility became part of its appeal. When photos circulated on social media around 2016, the cake went viral internationally and was quickly replicated by bakeries in New York and across Europe. The versions produced outside Japan often use tap water and powdered gelatin instead of agar, which changes both the texture and taste. Baumkuchen. Baumkuchen is a kind of spit cake from the German cuisine whose name translates to tree cake. When sliced, the interior reveals concentric rings of golden batter, one for each layer built up during baking, so the cut surface looks a lot like the rings you see inside a tree trunk. The traditional preparation method is unlike any conventional cake baking. A thin layer of batter is brushed or poured onto a rotating horizontal spit, then held in front of open heat until it sets and browns slightly. Another layer goes on top, then another, with each pass of the spit building the cake thicker. A finished Baumkuchen might have 20 or 30 layers, and the process can take well over an hour. The recipe is simple, but the execution requires specialized equipment and skill. Eggs, butter, sugar, flour, and often marzipan make up the base, producing something that is dense, moist, and almost nutty in its sweetness. The exterior gets a finishing coat of chocolate or fondant glaze in many versions, and the cake has been documented in Germany since at least the 15th century, and it became closely associated with festive occasions and weddings, partly because of the time and effort involved in making it correctly. What is perhaps less expected is the cake's huge popularity in Japan. German missionaries and traders brought it to Japan in the earliest 20th century, and it was attacked.
Navan, the #1 rated business travel platform, lets your team book work travel in one place.